Kreischer, the question on everybody's mind is the story of the machine actually true?
No.
So what did we think of The Machine? The Machine stars Bert Kreischer and Mark Hamill and tells the story of how Bert got the nickname The Machine while studying abroad and partying with Russians. It's basically the Hangover Meets GodFather Part 2 if those movies were steaming piles of dog shit. Past comes back to haunt Bert when a murderous mobster kidnaps him and his father to atone for him stealing from Russians on a train back in the 90s. I like Bert Kreischer. I think his comedy specials are very funny, and I think he's a really good comedian. So that's why I figured I'd check this movie out. His latest comedy special, Razzle Dazzle, is funny, but you can tell that Bert takes liberties with his storytelling to make them more outlandish and to make the comedy land. This is a common technique with comedians, but I feel like Bert does it to an extra degree, and that is how we got the story of The Machine. His stand-up special of the same name, The Machine, is funny as Bert is a great storyteller. However, this movie doesn't reach the same level of humor that his comedy special, The Machine, does. Basically, his stand-up works, and this movie doesn't. But why doesn't the comedy in The Machine work? It's just not funny. The one-liners don't work, the Bert has tits jokes are redundant, the dick jokes don't land, and the overblown Russian accents make you feel like you're in an episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Why don't you make like tree and get out of here?
It's make like a tree and leave. You sound like a damn fool when you say it wrong.
Also, the characters are all dicks, so I didn't really care about any of them. Young Bert Kreischer, played by low-rent Chris Hemsworth, comes off as a frat boy douchebag. Grown-ass Bert Kreischer is drunkenly trying to figure out what happened to a watch that he stole on the Russian train in the 90s. That's literally the plot. This movie is basically a PSA on why drinking is bad, okay? Mark Hamill plays the grumpy version of himself after they destroyed his character in The Last Jedi.
Luke would never say that. I almost had to think of Luke as another character. Maybe he's Jake Skywalker. He's not my Luke Skywalker.
How did they get Mark Hamill to agree to this role? Did he read the script? His relationship with Bert didn't work as I kept waiting for him to pull out blue milk and drink it. Oh, it's actually green? What the fuck? Neither Hamill nor Kreischer take the father-son relationship very seriously, and it really brings the film down. The relationship becomes more about the next comedic beat, which for me again didn't land. The villains feel like Saturday morning cartoon villains, and I never felt like our protagonists were in any real danger. And even if they were, I don't think I would have cared that much. Plot often comes secondary to laughs in a comedy, but if you're light on the laughs, then you should have a good story to make up for it, and this movie doesn't. The humor just wasn't to my taste, the quips weren't quippy, and the comedic violence was weird and not very funny. There is literally a scene where Mark Hamill cuts off Bert Kreischer's testicles with a pocket knife. It feels weird to just even say that. Like, nobody in the writer's room was like, hey, this isn't funny. It's funny when Will Ferrell puts his balls on John C. Reilly's drum set in Step Brothers, but this is just not funny. This type of stuff may land for you, so go see it and let me know what you think. My theater seemed to be enjoying themselves. This is yet another film where audiences and critics are miles apart. Currently, it's sitting at an audience score of 92% and a critic score of 29%. However, only 14 critics have actually reviewed the film, so I may be in the minority as far as audiences are concerned. There's a few Easter eggs for people who are plugged into the comedy world and know that Bert co-hosts a podcast with Tom Segura called Two Bears, One Cave. It's a play on the viral 2007 video, Two Girls, One Cup. If you don't know about that, maybe don't look it up, or do, and just know that you will never be the same. You can't unsee that shit. Anywho, there are some subtle digs at Tom Segura in which someone has spray painted Thomas Fat under a bridge. I have seen a lot of films this year and I've reviewed a lot of films this year, and this is the worst movie I've seen this year. Which I hate because I was hoping to enjoy it. I don't go to the movies looking to not like them. So who is The Machine for? The Machine is for, well, not me. It was completely devoid of any comedic value, and I feel like I watched it so you don't have to. My sense of humor is things more like I Love You Man, Anchorman, Knocked Up, Superbad, and even things that aren't straight comedies like Everything Everywhere All at Once. That had me laughing more than anything in The Machine. So maybe your type of humor isn't exactly aligned with mine, so feel free to go check it out and let me know why I'm wrong. But I personally just recommend watching the comedy special of The Machine rather than the movie to save yourself some time and money. If you're feeling sexy, my friend, hit that subscribe button and check out my latest review of The Little Mermaid, which you can find here, and I will catch you in the next one.